Fucking, I don't really got too much to say on this joint. It was pretty tough. That's really all I got.
It was definitely tough. Why can't I change like the name of it? Riverside keeps like updating and it's fucking annoying.
I gotta rank it. We're still doing like letters and shit for this, right? We decided we're doing that for everything, even if it's TV.
It's MCU.
Oh yeah, so it would be. Oh yeah, you're right. Whoa. True. Fuck. That's actually very true.
Sir.
Where's my undisputed MCU business? Yeah, we'll see how that fucking plays. No, he's not connecting. What the fuck? Okay. Alright, let's fucking get this money. Let's get this fucking money so I can
Get this fucking going.
Ready?
Whenever you are.
Alright, so what do we gotta talk about? The Boys, House of the Dragon. The Bear hasn't come out yet. They've doing no fucking
today.
promo. Really?
Today at 9.
They're doing zero promo for that shit. Holy fuck. I mean, alright. So the Bear is coming out today. House of the Dragon, gotta chat about. The Boys.
The Boys tough, House of Dragon tough.
True. Then I guess I'll do a little shtick. Be like, hey, next season, I'm fucking not gonna be on every episode. I'll be on the first episode. I mean, we'll just wait till we release that shit though, because like a lot can happen in a couple months. Like, let's say we do another show and I'm not on that one for the first episode, but I'm on Dune 2. So whenever that joint comes, that'll be the one I'll be on for show.
Yes, sir.
Faux show. But I'll just do a quick little,
little update thing.
Yeah. But besides that, I mean, then we can just jump right into the X-Men and that's it. And AG.
Yes, sir.
All right, word. Word. Get your hole. Let me get a nice cold sip of water. Need that. See if I can make this a different color. What? I want a different color, yo. What? Bro. There it is. Okay. Just go a little brighter, bro. I don't understand these fucking buttons. There we go. There it is. There's that. Perfect. Okay. All right. Let's fucking do this. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode 120. 120. Let's fucking go. The final episode of this season, season 3 of the Staincast. It's been a fucking wonderful season. I'm really happy about the franchise we covered. Too. There's a lot to unpack with this season, but it was great. Hag's cutting out already. This is a great start. Riverside just loves sucking. He can't help it. So usually in the beginning, though.
Yeah, it's usually within the first 5 minutes.
We've been recording for 4 minutes. It's like, bro, no problems when we're not fucking chatting. I'll just do it again. I'll just give it a second. Just make my life easier when I'm editing. Looks better now. Just talk for a second.
They do.
All right, word. We'll see how it plays. We'll see what happens. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Staincast, episode 120. It's been a great season. This is the season finale for season 3. It's
Yes,
been a good
sir.
one. You only saw 2 of my fingers, but there's a third one. It's been a great season. There's so much to talk about. I mean, obviously, we had the franchise not so long ago, the Harry Potter franchise that we had a lot of fun making. A lot to unpack, though. But it's been a great season, basically. I just want to wrap that up by saying you guys are the best. We saw the love you guys have been showing us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate all the support. It's been a great fun season with you guys, great franchise, and we're excited to see what the future holds.
For sure. What was I saying? Oh, yes. New content. As we spoke about last week and the week before, this is a good month. Probably the best month of the year, honestly, for TV shows, anyways. We've been blessed a little bit. Obviously, we've had The Boys. That came, well, we can just go by what came out first. The Boys came out last Thursday. I guess it is at 4 a.m. or something. Whatever. It came out Thursday.
2 Thursdays ago.
Didn't come out last Thursday?
No, because episode 4 was last Thursday.
Isn't that what we're talking about?
Yeah, but you said The Boys came out.
Yeah. The Boys came out. Oh, I meant the new episode. The new episode came out last Thursday. If you missed it, you're soft. Get on that. There's actually 4 episodes you got to catch up on now because they dumped the first 3. So 3 plus the one that just came out last week. It's been great so far. I'm not sure how many episodes the entire season's going to be, but it's coming.
Usual.
Is it 8? Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're halfway there. That's fine. I think there's a lot to do this season, even though a lot of characters don't have much to do, like some of the like the side background characters. And I know we talked about it last week, some of the hate for it. It is what it is. Everyone has their own opinion. Can't do much about that. I've been enjoying The Boys very, very much. I mean, this last episode has probably been my favorite so far.
It was really fucking good.
Just because, I mean, if you've seen it, you know. Non-spoiler, it's Tony Starr. Like, he's the fucking man. Homelander, for those who don't know, that's his actor's name. Homelander's like 50-50 in this episode, somewhat. So he's just excellent. Like, he needs no further ado. If you've seen him in any season of The Boys, you know how we come when Homeland is on screen. So I'll leave you guys with that. Watch that shit.
Face, how we coming?
We on The Boys. No, we on House of Dragon now.
House of Dragon now. Episode 2. House of the Dragon is just as tough as it was last season. They are not pulling any punches.
Yeah, they're doing a great job because The Boys has the kind of the benefit of having like 3 seasons to establish their characters, and it's like in a relatively short time span, so there's not like some crazy things that are happening in between. House of Dragon doesn't have that luxury because it's like literally been whatever it is, whatever that time period is. Like when the show started, it's probably been like 40 years since then, maybe a little less. Yeah, probably a little less than that.
Well, the first time, I would say the first time, Joe, was what, like 20 years?
Yeah, no, it was crazy. I mean, like if we're going off like the Great Council, like it's literally been, it's been a while. So there's a lot going on in this. There's a lot of characters. There's a lot of interactions between certain characters. I mean, all I'm gonna say, one of my favorite scenes in all of Game of Thrones was in this episode, including the original one, just of Sir Otto. I'm just gonna say it like this. I don't want to spoil it because I think it's an experience you gotta kind of have for yourself. It involves the king, Aegon, Aegon 2, I think it is, Sir Kristen, and the Hand, and it is fucking hilarious. Their plan that they cooked up, stupid as fuck. But my God, is it hilarious. It is. And he almost fucking succeeded, too, which is the most ridiculous part of the whole thing.
He's close. Huh?
He was so close. Like, literally straight up fucking putting a hit on somebody and being like, yeah, fuck it. Putting a hit on, like, one of the most powerful people in the realm. But whatever. I don't want to get too much into spoilers, but the Hand, Otto's face, hearing that shit, fucking priceless. Amazing. Absolutely fucking amazing. There's so much to like about House of the Dragon. There's so much that's happened in the span of 2 episodes.
It is just like I don't know how to, because like The Boys and House of the Dragon are both like two phenomenal series, but for different reasons. Like, if
Yeah.
you want that more serious, dramatic tone, absolutely go House of the Dragon.
Yeah.
If you want more of that like comedic aspect, then you're gonna want to go
Yeah.
The Boys.
Yeah. For me, I mean, that's always kind of been the selling point of Game of Thrones, and it's always been the thing that's kept me going, even with that absolutely fucking atrocious season 8 that we will still not be talking about. It's just how much gray there is in that show. It's yes, it's easy to just make every character an archetype, like some shows do, and that's fine, completely fine. But it's like that's not how the world works. It's like it's very easy as being like this character's comedic relief. This character progresses the plot. This character fucks up the plot. This character likes this character, which like it's easy. Okay, it's very easy to just establish characters to do one thing. But like in House of the Dragon, it's like I challenge anybody to tell me who is in the right, who's the because in The Boys, anyone who's siding with Homeland, I think even the director of the show had to come out, Eric Kripke,
Yeah,
and
they
be
were
like,
like, "Come on,
he's not
they
the
were
man,
like,
he's
really?
not the hero, and it's like you need to tell people that. So yes, I don't even want to say relatable because that's not true at all, but like he's rightfully upset for what happened to him. Okay, that's fine. He
Yes."
lays the guy's fucking dick off. Everybody, like spoiler, sorry, but I mean, come
He
on, you've probably
killed
seen
an
that clip
entire
already.
room of people. Like,
He's killed countless amounts of people. That plane scene should be enough. Like that's what the director didn't even talk about that. But like, let's just look at that plane scene. Like that's pretty open and shut to me.
he's not
But
a
it's like
hero.
he's not a hero. He's not a good person. You shouldn't feel empathetic towards him. Like that's not his character, and that's fine.
Like,
And I
yes,
enjoy it because
you
that's
can
why I
feel
like
bad.
it.
You can feel bad for him for like what happened in his
Sure,
past.
sure.
It, like gives
But
him
it's like,
reasoning for who he is now.
but it
But
doesn't justify his actions.
hell, fucking no.
And that's fine. Like that's why it's enjoyable. Like you're still rooting, and that's the thing. I'm still rooting for Homelander. It's like, but it doesn't mean that I support him. Like that's what people don't understand.
No,
But
yeah,
like
I'm rooting for him as a character, but I'm not
yeah,
rooting for him as like the protagonist.
fuck no. And that's why like with House of Dragon, it's like on the other side of the coin. It's like I challenge anybody to tell me who's the good guy in that show because there isn't one. It's like you can have biases and slants and be like, sure, one people are nicer than the others. Like maybe the Reds are nicer, that the Blacks are nicer than the Greens, but it's like they're still fucking
Yeah, they're all still corrupt and all still fucking got
exactly. They're all looking out for themselves. They're all trying to become. They're trying to keep their line secure, trying to keep their line on the throne. Like I wouldn't say either of them are very good. Like they're both pretty.
Learn to fear the color gold.
The gold cloaks. But yeah, no. Phenomenal shows. And The Bear, Hag was saying well, before we got on cam, that The Bear I think comes out tonight. So Wednesday, you'll probably be seeing this episode. Probably Friday.
Thursday or Friday. But
Yeah.
so the bear will be out by the time you guys are watching this. We have not seen it yet. We've heard really good things, and I've heard that there are really, really, really fun celebrity cameos. So I'm very excited to delve into that over the next week. Once that
yeah. They're dumping it, aren't they? I think we were talking about last time.
Yeah, Hulu dumps their shit usually, so
Okay.
it is getting dumped. I think it's 10 episodes, an hour a piece usually.
I'm gonna have to fucking.
I will
be
take
diligent.
my time over the next week watching the dump in between
Yeah,
The Boys and House of the Dragon, of course.
Yeah, there's a lot of so weird. Like I completely understand starting the summer off right, and I'm with that. But like from a marketing perspective, I'm very surprised all these shows are coming out within like a couple weeks of each other. Like it's very, especially with the
And
Bear,
the
because it's like
year, it doesn't sound like we have much either.
yeah, but which is so weird to me because like a show like The Bear, that it definitely has its cult following, no doubt. But in terms of like mass appeal, it's just not there. One because it hasn't been around that long, and it's like it's a cooking show. Like obviously there's so much more than that. Look, before you freak the fuck out, I watched show too, so I'm just generalizing. It's like a cooking kind of like drama kind of thing. So it's like if you put that any other month out of the year, that's stealing that's stealing all the press. It's like if you do that in September, like I don't think I haven't heard anything that's coming out in September that's super noteworthy. So it's like you don't need to do the promo, but now it's like I mean I haven't seen any promo for The Bear. I feel like I'm decently on Hulu. Like I watch like I guess I'm not on Hulu that much. Do you think that would be where
they are promoting it a decent little bit?
really?
Like,
I have seen like on Instagram. I've seen
not
nothing.
as much as The Boys or House of the Dragon.
No,
but it is being promoted a little bit. But I mean,
I would just like to see something like that come out in another month because it's just we talked about. Like, it's just not.
What we're talking about today is case in point of something coming out in another month. This came out back in March, and it
Yeah.
got all the attention when it did.
Yeah,
It was
true.
the only thing out at the time, and it is fucking phenomenal. Might as well just
Yeah,
hop right in.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, so basically, watch The Bear if you're caught up. I can't say good enough things about that. I'm just saying that I think it's funny that they try to compete with The Boy. House of the Dragon is like now because Game of Thrones has a cult following, like a crazy cult following. So
Yeah,
it's
it does.
risky business. Yeah, but let's jump
But
right into it.
we might as well. X-Men 97, baby. Y'all have been hearing me preach this every chance I get this year, and I'm excited to finally dive into my thoughts and everything about this wonderful season. Before we dive into before we get into the characters, a little background for those of you that have not watched the show. X-Men 97 is a continuation of the X-Men the animated
Continuation.
series that came out in 92. It picks off right where the other one left off in 97, which is why it's called X-Men 97, because it takes place starting in 97.
Yep.
And it picks literally right off where in the end of the last series, Professor X died, and then now we're just seeing the aftermath of that and everything to come with. And my God, is this series good?
Yeah, I think I misspelt it on the Instagram post. I called it a reboot because I thought it was like there was 97 that came out, and then they're just like obviously the story wasn't going to be the same, but it was just like that was the name of the series. But
Mm-hmm.
then I looked back on like when I was on Disney Plus watching it, I saw that it's like 92 to 96 or whatever, and then this
Yeah,
is like the picking because if you look at the
picking up
episode list, like it literally is like the last episode is like you said, like the last episode fits pretty
right into
open.
this one.
Yep.
Yeah. It is good. I will say though, you do not need to watch the original series to
I mean, I'm
understand.
living proof.
Yeah, they do a phenomenal job of catching you up quickly of
Yeah.
what you need to know in terms of this series or this semi reboot requel. I guess requel is
Yeah.
probably the best way to put
Requel.
it. It's requel, like halfway
Reboot
through that
sequel.
sequel. Yeah, I
Something
guess
like that. I
something
believe it.
like that. Whatever the case may be, I'm glad we got it. I'm glad that we are here finally able to talk about it.
OD. But there's a lot of good stuff to break down. So we'll just start with the characters. You can hear me, right, Hag?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. So starting off with our favorite characters. What do you got, Hag? Because there's quite a bit of characters in this.
There
A lot
are
of
a
just
lot of characters.
actually, I feel like there's just a lot of characters in general, but there's definitely like a solid like main character kind of lineup where, it goes back and forth. I think it depends on the episode. There'll be some episodes
It
where like
definitely
you're really only getting main characters, and then like some of the episodes, like there was one of them that was a little bit filler like to me, but that was like the
so
fourth episode or something. I think it was.
so I will say that this series did something phenomenal that the X-Men movies did not do, and that is focus on more than just Wolverine.
Yes.
Because one of my favorite characters in this entire show is Cyclops.
Hmm.
The dynamic that they bring with the Madeline Pryor and then eventually bringing back Jean Grey, they actually show off his powers properly and that his
Hmm.
eyes are portals to a world of infinite kinetic energy. The fact that they actually show that and he's able to push people and things around with
Yep.
masterpiece. I think that the way that they do the emotion where you can sometimes see his eyes with the reflection and
Hmm.
the way that they handle Cyclops in this show is masterful. They actually make him feel like the in-depth actual character that he is in the comics, and they do him justice. And his action, I think, is some of the best action we see in the entirety of it. On the flip side, I also have to give a shout out to my favorite X-Men who is in this show, but unfortunately gets a very bad fate, and that is Gambit.
Yeah, the only guy who actually died for good.
I fucking love Gambit. That is like
They caught him.
he is one of my favorite.
He was mid monologue too when he got caught. That shit was tough.
Yeah, they fucking got his ass. So for this one, for those of you who know what this one's for Gambit.
Mm. And let me just say, someone who's like I was never like super like I know the X-Men and I know like their powers for the most part, but like talk about someone who's never gotten justice in terms of Gambit. Because in Wolverine Origins or whatever it is,
I
like
don't want to talk
you
about
have no,
that.
you would just have no like. I'm just trying to compare because I'm like at some point I'm gonna make a point and I'm gonna ask a question. I mean, I could just ask you right now. I don't think X-Men has any business ever being live action. Like after
Yes, it
watching
does.
this, like I just
Yes,
don't.
it does. Yeah.
I
Okay.
just don't see
So,
it because you're gonna change all the characters. You're gonna make them all different roles. You're gonna make them all like all the different things
so
that make them their
no, no,
character.
no. I think that is just an issue with Fox, and this is
Mm.
not to get too teasy into next season, but you know the Fox X-Men movies might be covered soon. Um, but those Fox royally fucked everybody's point of view of the X-Men, and then when they didn't want to give the rights back to Marvel, then Marvel started to fucking write them out of the fucking comics, so then people really
Mm.
stopped caring about the X-Men. The X-Men are fantastic fucking characters. They can definitely work in live action. I mean, Wolverine works in live action, Deadpool works in live action, Colossus
Yeah.
works in live action. It's like
But none of
these
them have. But none of them have like powers. Powers. Like they have. I mean, yes, they have powers. But I'm trying to think of how to describe. Like, there's no Jubilee. There's no Magneto. There's no
Magneto
like
was
they're
one of the ones that did work in live action though. I do
because
like
he's because it's what's his name? The fucking the
yeah,
man.
yeah, it's fucking yes. But
But
I
whatever his
also
name is. Yeah.
I also have to say I did like the way that they did Magneto's powers, where it was like everything glowed that like yellow glow, and
Yeah. 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 I agree.
had
And I don't
to it.
think that would look good in live action. I don't think that would look good in live action
No,
at
no,
all.
but the way that they did do Magneto's powers in live action, I think works perfectly.
Okay. Yeah.
The
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I think
one like
Magneto's a bad example, but someone like Jubilee, I think would
Magneto's
look
a
like
bad example.
shit. Um, yeah. I think Jubilee's will look like dog shit. I think Jean Grey's will look pretty bad, just because telepathy is just not easy to do in live action without having the blue shit bouncing off. Or like same thing with Professor X. Like we've seen it, it's been done, I think, fine. But I'm giving it more credit to the actors because obviously it's fucking Patrick Stewart.
Yeah,
Obviously it's fucking James McAvoy. Obviously it's fucking like it's Sir Ethan. What's
Mindy
Magneto's older
Kaling.
actor? Yeah, it's like these guys are fucking all time. Like these guys are fucking nice with it. Like they can bring the character to life more than some Joe Nobody that Marvel likes to hire nowadays to fucking do write these things. Like the star power just needs to equal what they're trying to show, what their CGI, and I'm just nervous. That's all it is. I don't think I think me
I'm.
saying it wouldn't work is a little over exaggerated. I'm just nervous about how it
They
would
need
turn
to do
out.
the X-Men. They need to do the X-Men right. Like that is
Yeah,
like
I
I
mean,
think
Fantastic
especially
Four are
after,
also on that list of things that
yeah,
need to be done right.
no, yes, but I think that especially after people have seen and loved this version of the X-Men and X-Men 97, there is no way that Marvel's going to pull another Fox and like focus
Hmm.
everything around one of the X-Men.
Yeah,
And if they could do the X-Men right, the way to do the X-Men would be to give them all hour-long special presentations that gives like a little origin story and then
yeah,
have a movie that has all of them. Like maybe not all of them have a like, but like you could do like a Gambit and Rogue thing, and like it's
yeah,
after they've already met and they are together type. Like you can do stuff like that to introduce them, so that way we don't have to spend 2.5 hours out of a 3 hour movie introducing the
yeah,
X
yeah. I feel like it's just the little things that like they're small in in the animated show, but they would be so big in the live act. Like Gambit having red eyes, I don't think that would look good. Like there's just little things that in the
Men.
anime you just
That
don't
is a
even.
Gambit staple. Gambit having the
And
red eyes like that is a staple of
and
his
that's what I'm
character.
saying. And that's what I'm saying though. It's like we're not gonna talk about the X-Men Origin Wolverine one because that wasn't even fucking Gambit. But
All right, but
like
hold on. Let's talk about Nightcrawler then.
I don't think
I
he
think
looked good in
they
live action.
I think they translated Nightcrawler into live action pretty fucking. Not the new one, not the
Oh,
fucking,
okay.
not
Okay.
Apocalypse and shit. I'm talking
Hmm.
about X-Men 2 X United like Nightcrawler. That looked really fucking good.
Yeah. If it was practical, it's fine. Because I think I feel like most of his shit was practical. I don't think there was much CGI. I mean, like obviously he's teleporting and shit, like the little
Yeah.
particle effects around him and shit. But I feel like that
I
was a
did
pretty
like that they
practical.
changed the intro too to like reflect when characters weren't and were in. Like
Hmm.
Gambit got removed and Nightcrawler came in. Bishop got removed and someone else came in.
Yeah.
Magneto was taken out in the episodes that where he was presumed dead.
That's tough. Yeah, that's tough.
Did you say your favorite character? I know I said mine was Cyclops.
But it's probably gonna go my favorite character always with the. I mean, he's not an X Men Magneto. I mean, technically he's a X
Yeah,
Men
for
in
you.
this.
He's one of your
Magneto.
favorite mutants, I feel like, period.
Yeah, I'm just I think Magneto. Like, I think the X Men's strongest thing to me is like how much it's like a mirror, like how much it reflects real life kind of thing. Like them being mutants, them it's basically the idea is they're different. So then they're treated differently as a result. Like, yes, they're superheroes, mutants, like there are all these sci-fi things going on. But at the end of the day, it's not that so far-fetched from real life in terms of like what they're actually saying with the X-Men. And I think Magneto being from Auschwitz is like kind of like that turned up to another level of like this man had to spend his whole childhood being like being told he's different and suffering the consequences. Now he's lived the rest of his life figuring out
Doing
like
the
having that
same thing.
exactly. And it's like if anyone has any cachet to say you guys gotta fucking cut this shit out, it's
I
fucking
mean,
Magneto. Like
he has the toughest quote in the fucking series.
correct. I don't know if we have
As
the
he
same
does,
one, but
as he does in the entirety of the live action
yeah.
ones as well. Because the toughest one in the live actions, I've lived my whole life. I lived my whole life dealing with people who are just doing their job, no
Mm-hmm.
longer from first class. It's like one of the only good things about first class. First class is mid as fuck.
Hmm.
But if you I will say if you like Magneto, you need like to read the Magneto 2014 series.
Yeah.
I think it's 23 issues. The last
Yeah.
bit of which ties into Secret Wars, but it is one of the best comic series I've read. Period.
Hmm.
And Magneto, the character of Magneto gets extremely fleshed out.
I mean, I definitely, you gotta send me a link to it or something because I'm interested. I think in terms of all the X Men, I think he, like I said, he just has the most like he's the most reason to be bad. And that's why I think this show was honestly just proves my point anymore. He has the most reason to be evil, but he's not. Like sometimes he is 100%, but it's like I'm talking about a gray villain. It's like it's so refreshing when it's like. But towards the end of the show, Magneto's like, I'm fucking done with this shit. Like I'm fucking done. Like
Yeah,
I
like
am like
he tried to fucking
do it
go
Charles's
with
way, and
Charles.
it didn't fucking
Yeah,
work.
and he couldn't do it anymore, and he was like, "All right, fuck
Yeah,
this." Oh, it's out of
yeah,
print right now. God damn.
tough. Yeah. So Magneto's definitely my favorite. Maybe I'll just give an honorable mention to um Cyclops was tough. I feel like there was someone else. I never realized is that. I mean, I'm assuming if it's from the comics, it's probably fucking true. Cable is
Yes.
the son of Madeline Pryor and Scott Summers.
Yes.
Interesting. Why does he not have any
That's
powers then in Deadpool? Is he like is it like a Fox kind of
the
thing? Fox
Deadpool. He's not really his son.
Cable. Okay.
Who fucking knows what the fuck is on going
Yeah,
on with like.
Fox. Yeah. Okay.
That's why I'm saying Fox so royally fucked those characters where it doesn't matter except for Deadpool and Wolverine because those are the only two
Mhm.
characters that they didn't fuck up.
And Madeline Pryor is what? Just a clone of Jean made
Yeah,
from
made
Sinister
from
or
Sinister.
whatever.
Like, literally,
Mm.
this show is also really good because it is one of the best things of actually adapting the comic
Yeah.
storylines. It's not exact; they do their own
Mm.
things, of course, but for the most part, the baseline of the comic
Like
storyline fucking
Genosha
yeah
getting destroyed and
yeah,
that's
and it's all things that have happened at some point in the comics. Like Genosha getting
okay.
destroyed is from a 2005 comic, I'm pretty sure. So it's like
Okay.
it's expanding across all eras of X-Men, but it's really fucking cool because
Hmm.
it is the closest thing that we've gotten from translating straight up stories to the
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah. I mean,
And
there's a lot of things to
the visuals are
yeah.
masterful. This is one of the
And that's
best
what I'm
animated
saying though. It's
series
like
I've ever watched.
it's so
I
it's just
it is so well.
some sci-fi things are some sci-fi shows I think are just in their element when they're animated just because if you can do it's just some of the simple things that allows you to do like Cyclops' beams like you said it's there's some shots that just look so fucking good and it's just
The whole first episode really it encapsulates you because you have
mhm,
the opening scene where Cyclops and the X-Men are first introduced saving Sunspot, and
mhm.
then it ends with them fighting the Sentinels, which is the best combination of seeing the X-Men as a fucking team.
Yeah, I mean, because they fucking smoked that guy instantly, Master Mold or whatever. He got
Yeah,
fucking he got
like
his
they
balls
combined
taken.
Gambit,
Wolverine.
Morph, and Wolverine's powers.
Yeah, I mean that's what I think X-Men was. I think they tried their best, but it was always missing like that team element to it, where you had all this huge ensemble cast, and it always felt like they were so separated from each other. Like there wasn't a lot of like gang ups. Like it was always felt like it was a Wolverine versus 100 guys, Storm versus 100 guys. Like there was never like Storm and Wolverine versus 200 guys. Like it never felt that
Yeah,
same way. Where in this
everything
show,
felt
it's like exactly. I didn't feel like the proper team as the same way it is in this, where like there's a lot more intention. Like when you're animating, there's a lot more intention on where everybody is compared to just when you have real people just standing there. Like you have to draw people being there. You have to draw them fighting together. Like you don't just choreograph it or whatever. Like there's a lot more intention, I think.
yeah.
But my least favorite
But
character, I'm just gonna say my least favorite character would be Professor X, just because of his voice actor. I don't like Ross Marquand
Mars
on this.
Marquand.
Not a fan. And
I'm not
I'm
mad
not
at
mad.
him.
I'm not mad at Charles. I'm mad at his voice actor. I don't think that's
I'm not mad
Charles.
at him. For me, I don't know. I don't honestly have a least favorite character. Maybe
No.
Forge, because he's like barely in it.
Yeah.
But like all the characters play their part, and they do the
Yeah.
best. Like I feel like
Yeah.
every character gets like a little bit to shine. Even like
Yep.
Morph. Morph is not that crazy, but even they get their chance to shine.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely dislike Sunspot for the good part of the series, but that was just kind of like that was the point,
That
is
was
that
his
he was just
character, yeah.
yeah. But the
Also,
rest of them were tough.
people getting tight because Morph is non-binary is ridiculous, because it's the same thing as um that one character from Gen V. What is her name or their
But
name?
but he's a shapeshifter. He doesn't have a
Exactly,
fucking gender.
exactly. So, but people got tight because they
It's
confirmed
like
that they were non-binary.
talk about like being the one thing that actually makes sense that you're getting pissed at. Like
Yeah, it's like it's so fucking stupid. Like,
but
okay,
like, why
yes,
would a shapeshifter be one or the other? Like that's the part I don't understand. It's like, why would he be a man or why would he be a woman? Like, he's neither. Like, and that's not like some like LGBTQ. It's just common sense to me. It's like if you're a shapeshifter, why would you be one? Because then you feel
especially
like you're
like when Morph's base form is that like white, like just
yeah.
plain body.
It's like being pissed that the Martian guy from Invincible was like, not like non-binary, whatever. It's like, does he look like a? I mean, like he looks more like a fucking guy than Morph does, and he's a fucking Martian. But
Yeah, it doesn't. People just love to get tight for no fucking
yeah,
reason.
like I think there were legitimate things that you could get tight about, and that's not one of them. It's like
It's like
I don't know.
Morph can literally be anybody.
Yeah,
Literally.
yeah, that's so weird.
One thing I
That's
did
like you
not
said.
realize though was that when Morph transforms, they also copy the powers of the
Yeah,
mutant.
it took me a
That was
second to realize that too, because
yeah.
I mean that's what at first I was like, this guy's fucking useless. Like, what, you could be Wolverine and like just like I don't really understand, like intimidate somebody, but no, like he was Mr. Fantastic at one point. And I saw him stretching his arms and shit, and I was like, oh,
And it's not even just mutants. Like he goes the Hulk at
oh
one
yeah,
point.
yeah, you're right.
Like it's not even just mutants, because he goes Mr.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. He goes the Hulk.
True, that is actually very true.
Hmm.
But I mean, if at least yeah, no, it's not that deep. I think all the
There's
characters
written
are
no
written very
character.
well.
Yeah, everything's pretty fucking perfect.
I got to give Rogue some love too, is for my follow up
Ooh,
care. I think Rogue was really good in this show. I think her dog walking Captain America was out of pocket when she threw his shield away like he was a fucking 5-year-old. Like, you can't play with this anymore.
yeah,
That was a
it's like,
little
yeah, we're done here.
ridiculous,
I
but
did appreciate
I
that
didn't
they
realize she
made
could
the
fly.
world you lived in though, and getting
Yeah.
those cameos like Spider-Man from the '90s series.
Mm-hmm.
That was fucking
Tough.
tough.
And that's another thing that kind of goes into my point where live animation is like, you don't need to bring back Chris
Actors.
Evans. You don't need to bring back like these guys. Like you get Steve Rogers now. Like all you need to do is have Steve Rogers on screen. You don't need Chris Evans on screen. Like it gives you a lot more
Or literally
latitude to
him just
just.
going Mr. Fantastic. Like just trans. You
Mm-hmm.
don't need an actor. You don't need Pedro for 5 seconds. And
Mm-hmm. It's like you have Mr. Fantastic. You had T'Chaka. Yeah, you had his father. You didn't have T'Challa.
yep,
I think it was. So
it
you
was
had
the
him. You didn't need to bring back his actor. You had Iron Man. I don't think he ever even took off his mask because
nope.
if it's RDJ, he's gonna have to take off his mask because you're paying him millions of dollars to do so. Like that's the
You're paying
problem
him
that you
millions of
face.
dollars to be RDJ.
Exactly, and like you can't keep him in a suit the whole movie. But when it's animated, it's like it's Iron Man. Who cares who the fuck's underneath that suit? Like,
Yeah, he's gonna be underneath the suit.
mm-hmm. Which I thought was weird. I feel like I mean, like obviously this continuity is not MCU continuity. Like it just messes my
But
brain up
the
being so
Watcher was
used to the
there.
MCU being like Captain America in the '90s. He was. Where the fuck was the Watcher?
The Watcher was in the Genosha episode, the one where Genosha blew up and Gambit
Mm-hmm.
died. You could see his silhouette in the sky, like you can like in the episodes.
Interesting. That is interesting, huh? So it's just another
But
universe then.
it is another universe in the broad
Yep.
MCU multiverse, which I mean is cool, and it really goes with my stuff. My theory of all the animated stuff is the
Yeah.
Elseworld stories. I've been saying this for years, since as long as we've had this fucking podcast. Is I'm pretty sure that all of the Elseworld stories are gonna be animated, except for
Hmm.
well, Deadpool, I guess. But
Hmm. I'm just happy that I thought for a second we were getting some fucking time travel, some multiverse shit. I was about to be pissed the fuck off. Like when I saw the other
and
Gene, when I saw Cable, I was like, and I saw, what's the other guy, the other time traveling guy? Yeah, I know Bishop's part of it. I was like, no, fucking, please don't, please don't, please don't, because I understand it's part of the saga and stuff. I completely understand that, but like Jesus Christ, man, like not everything needs to revolve around some fucking time traveling person. Like in this case, it really wasn't. It was a lot of like in universe problems. Like if there
yeah,
was no
it was the only way to fix said problems type thing.
Mhm. Exactly like the villain of the thing wasn't some another universe this another universe that. It was just
I mean, the ending is weird, but we'll get to that
hmm,
in a little bit. Um, we're 36 minutes in, and we've only done our characters really. So
fuck. Let me transition us over, guy. I mean, like we've kind of done a little bit of everything, so we'll skim through the shit that we've already kind of touched on. Make or break moments. We've done definitely a decent amount of
there's a
some of the
lot of
makes.
good, like there's still a lot of great ones though. I
Yeah,
mean, getting that shot of Magneto pulling the adamantium out of Wolverine's body
yeah,
is
that was egregious.
crazy,
Yeah, fucking
crazy.
disrespectful as shit, man. OD disrespectful.
But like the fact that we actually saw that in not live action, but like in a form of medium is
Yeah.
nuts. I love it. It was great.
Mm-hmm. It's just cool seeing Magneto's his other powers too. Like he's not just what does he call himself? Like the master of
The master of magnetism.
Yeah, he's not just a
He
metal
could
guy, which I
fucking
think.
holes. Like he could fuck
Yeah.
with the polarity of Earth
Mm-hmm.
and shit. Like that's how he
Stor-
flies.
Storm. One question I have: Storm's Omega level?
Yep.
They called her really?
Yep.
Hmm.
Storm.
I mean,
Storm.
I guess the potential
Storm is
wise, 100% she's Omega
yeah.
for
Storm is
potential. I feel like you just never see it actually, because like she's
not in
if
live
she,
action.
I feel like she's like a Jean Grey type thing where like if she wants to just destroy the world tomorrow, she'll do it like very easily. So, but it's like she's very restrained with her
Bro,
powers, so it's
did
like
you
she'll
she
just
was in the desert turning the desert to fucking glass with the lightning. Like, that's
no,
insane.
no. So
That
I'm definitely like I agree that she's up there. But like sometimes I get like I'm a little because I feel like Omega level is reserved for like the Scarlet Witches, the Jean Grey, the Charles Xavier, Magneto. Sure, Magneto
he
to
is
me is like
technically
in the
Omega
right.
level.
I feel like he for him though it's the right environment. Like if you put him in a plastic room, he's fucking useless. But Charles Xavier, like his powers will never not be. Obviously, you have the metal helmet or whatever it is, but his powers will never not be ridiculous. I feel like that's
Yeah,
what distinguishes Omega from like the next tier. Like it's like no matter where you are,
let
Jean
me
Grey's
let me
gonna fuck your ass up. Like she's
Google
gonna
the list
smoke
of Omega
you.
level mutants because I want to see how many of them will Omega level
And if,
mutants.
I
How many
mean that
will
just comes down to like what we always say though, where it's like you can't have too many at the top. Like you can't have.
Oh, there's not that many. Okay, there
Yeah,
are not that many.
that's good.
So Monarch, who I don't think you probably even know, Iceman,
No,
Elixir, Jean
what
Grey,
version of Iceman?
Bobby Drake, the
The
Iceman.
guy who got fucking smoked by the fire guy. So
Well, I
he should
mean,
be Omega then too.
uh, that in the comics, no, but in the movie, yes.
Yeah.
Um, So Legion, Magneto,
Hmm.
Proteus, Mr. M, Storm, Exodius, Kid Omega, Powerhouse, Vulcan, and Hope.
Okay.
Hope Summers.
Charles. Charles is.
Powerhouse is Franklin Richards. Nathan
Hmm.
Summers and Gabriel Summers are also both on there. Charles Xavier is not on here.
That's kind of disrespectful. I guess Jean is just a better version of Charles.
Yeah, especially with the Phoenix and shit.
Yeah, exactly. She was op. I mean, she literally tapped into the Phoenix. That's another really good scene when she fucking used the Phoenix on his bitch ass, literally just to smoke the Sentinels and shit in the last episode.
Yeah. Fucking Phoenix is tough. The fact, that's such a great part of Jean Grey. Jean
Mm-hmm.
Grey story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, good shit in this episode, in this series. Every
Yeah.
episode is fucking phenomenal. The animation, as we've been saying the entire time, is
Mm-hmm.
fantastic. It looks like an animated comic book.
Yeah, no, it grew on me 100%. Like, from the trailers, I wasn't, like, sold on it, but after watching it, like the voices not syncing up was kind of like, it pissed me off at first, but I was like, nah, this is kind of just how it is. Like, I was not mad at it
Well,
whatsoever after
it's
watching.
just the art style, like type.
Yeah, and that's fine. Uh, I think the voice actors were, for the most part, on point, like giving Rogue like that southern twang or whatever it is, giving Storm like that like goddess kind of like echo on her voice. Like there's a lot of great sound design in the show as well as, we're talking about the animation and shit. Like it
I
goes like
think
a full circle.
the only character's voice that really threw me off is Wolverine's. That
Hmm.
one, when I heard that, I was like, I don't know how I feel about it, but
That's how I felt about Professor X. That was my equivalent. Like I just heard it, I'm like, he sounds too wimpy. And I know Professor X is like he's not supposed to be like fucking puffing his chest out guy, but the problem is he just sounds too much like the guy from Invincible, the little kid, and it's sticking with me right now. And
a
I
little
can't like
fucking uh Ricky
R. It
Rory?
starts with an R.
Yeah.
Whatever that guy's name is, the
Robot.
robot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
robot.
robot.
I think
It's
that's what
like
they call him, so
no, because it's robot, and there's like the
Rudy.
guy who
Rudy.
Rudy. Thank you. Yes, Rudy. It's just it's way too close to Rudy. Like it's exactly Rudy's voice, and I
It
can't.
is very close to Rudy. I will give you that.
So
100%.
it was just throwing me off a little bit because like Rudy is like he's a fucking clown for the most part. Like he's not Professor X. Like
Yeah.
oh,
That's understandable.
um, it's just something. There's something timeless about like just comic style where it's like the Sentinels, how they look, how all the villains always have like their initials on their belt buckles and shit. Like it's
I love the
very
way the Sentinels look in this fucking show.
yeah. I think realistically wise, I think Days of Future Past definitely has them makes more sense, but I think it's just like in terms of timelessness, I 100% agree with you. Like it just
It
looks
it looks really good.
mm-hmm.
But yes, I agree because the Days of Future Past ones are also really good. I
Yep.
watched that intro recently.
Fucking shit is so tough.
Yeah, that movie's pretty good.
I didn't realize one of the episodes for the original X-Men series
What
was Days of Future Past.
Yeah.
It was like a part 1 and part 2.
Yeah, they
I mean, it's a
animated a
tough
lot.
name. I mean, you have to. Days of Future Past is just a tough title. Like, you have to reuse that shit. Like, come on now. Even it's from the 90s.
Fast, yeah. It's a good one.
Mm-hmm. And Trask was weird because, like, he's not Peter Dinklage. So, like, that
He's
was
not
fucking me up,
tiny.
too. Mm-hmm. He's, the regular ass fucking guy.
Yeah, I was expecting
Peter
Dinklage
Dinklage.
size. Yeah. I can't lie. It was definitely a little weird.
Who was the villain? Oh, I forgot his name.
Mr. Sinister? Oh
No, the other
no.
one.
Fuck.
Technopath.
Yeah, hold on. Give me a second.
I don't think he was anything exceptional. I think there was a lot of other characters that I think I almost like Mr. Sinister a little more, even though he was kind of dopey. He was a little dopey.
That is Mr. Sinister though. He is kind of dopey.
Mm-hmm. Another thing is that thank God Magneto changed his
Sebastian.
suit.
Oh yeah, Bastion.
Sebastian,
Sebastian.
yeah, because it was Sebastian. Yep.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of that white Magneto suit. This one, I don't like this one. I don't like
So
that one.
that was from the comics when he turned good for a quick stint. So they just
I mean, it makes sense. Yeah. I just think like I think what gets me is the fact that like he's supposed to look old, but he's fucking jacked. Like he is crazy jacked in this whole show, and it's like he's got to be kind of old now. Like he's like him and Charles are fucking old men.
They're
Like,
old. They're old as shit, but they're making him fucking stupid jacked.
yeah, he's fucking straight off his set. I mean, that was another good episode too when he like I mean the whole meteorite M, what they call it,
Asteroid M.
asteroid M. I think that whole thing was tough. Him just like coming back to stop it because you know all the rest of them couldn't do shit against it.
Yep.
That was tough. Like you said, him peeling that shit off Wolverine was egregious.
That was fucking ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
It was surprising seeing like Sunspot and Rogue side with him. I mean, Rogue expected, but Sunspot.
Sunspot, I mean, it definitely made sense in the spur of the moment. Like, I would definitely be pissed too if my own family literally turned me in to the fucking basic like the Sentinels and shit. I think Sunspot, like, his character was whatever to me, but his design for his powers were really cool. Like how he literally looked like like a fucking he looked like an Alien X kind of thing, which I think is a cool, really cool design.
Yeah,
like that black with the little like dots and
the curvy dots.
Mm-hmm. That shit was fire. The fuck is that? Oh, is that one of them joints from Star Wars?
Yeah, from episode 1. I just built it.
That shit tough. What else we got? I mean, this is 5+ hours, guys. So we could literally be here all night talking about some of our favorite scenes.
Yeah, we can probably just go to the quotes.
Yeah. Let me get some quotes in front of me because I didn't write these down. Oh, where are they?
There are some good ones.
Am they violating? IMDb ain't got the quotes? Shit.
I just saw that.
Whatever, I'll just look it up. Fucking God bless the internet. If you had any that you wanted to rattle off, hold on, fucking. I have one Magneto quote that was tough.
Go ahead.
Let's see if it's in here.
I mean, the classic to me, my X-Men.
Yeah. That's just ridiculous. They be talking about them like they're dogs.
Yeah.
It's like,
I mean,
they
are the dogs. They are the dogs. To me, my X-Men.
Oh, no, it
blood is blood, family is a choice.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good one.
Where is it? Hold on.
There's no love without sin. Love is best measured in what we forgive. Nightcrawler's spitting in this show.
Mm-hmm.
Also their new suits, fucking at the end to get them like into the next era of the X-Men. That was tough.
Mm-hmm.
That was tough.
I like Jean's original costume, like how like when it covers her whole hair. I feel like that's a nice like classic fucking costume.
Cyclops' head looks really fucking weird now, but
yeah. Oh, when Magneto, I think he's talking to Rogue. I forgot who he's talking to. And it's like one of the first episodes. He's like, "If I may offer advice, be wary, be vigilant, vigilant. Tragedy lures with fortune first." That shit tough.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when fucking Rogue pulls up on the corpse of Gambit, she's like, "I can't feel you." Yeah, that shit tough.
That one hit.
Yeah, because he was cooked.
When your skin's not in the game, apathy is your answer.
True.
In Bastion.
To me, my X-Men. Yeah. Oh, when she's talking to Wolverine, it's like, do what you do best, heal.
Yep.
That shit tough. Because that man is a fucking corpse.
Gods abandon those that believe in them. Mutants do not. Magneto fucking spitting.
OD. I mean, that man literally is the mouthpiece of all the fucking mutants. Like, there's some things that stay the same. Like, we shit on the Fox X-Men. We shit on a lot of what they did when it comes to the X-Men. But Charles and Magneto, I feel like, were very consistent all the way out. Like, if there's any character that they knew what to do with out of like the original X-Men, it was, I mean, Wolverine, of course, because that man was literally always the main character for some reason.
Yeah. They wrap their fucking heads around
yeah.
Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, OD. But Magneto, old
What?
and new for the X-Men, and Charles are both excellent. And you can't say that for for a lot of the X-Men.
Very true. Morph violating fucking Gambit. Looks like Magneto and Rogue have the Danger Room next.
Oh
Oh, and all
yeah,
tomorrow too. Wow, Rogue's really
yeah.
trading her stamina
No,
with the new
because he was
boss.
clicking through it, and it was just
Yeah,
fucking.
it's just Rogue and Magneto, Rogue and Magneto, Rogue and Magneto. Violated.
Tough scene for Gambit. They fucking got him.
They got his ass. Yeah.
That's all I got for quotes. I'm sure
Yeah.
there's a lot more I'm missing, but no, it was definitely it was a good surprise. Like where the dialogue was actually kind of like equal to the level of action because there was some pretty gruesome deaths, pretty gruesome things
Yeah, there was
happening to
actually
people.
blood
Like,
and shit.
mm-hmm. Like there was definitely a solid level of gruesome. Even the subject material, the fact that they had actually say Nazi, I think that was something that was surprising to me. I give them props for that. Them actually giving Magneto his fucking Auschwitz numbers, I think was pretty fucking. I mean, he has to have it. I get that, but like, there's definitely. I mean, I've seen Disney at their lowest their points. Like some of the hideous things they can do, and there are a lot of things that felt very original in this show. Like it felt very hands off. Let the creators create. Let the writers write. Kind of vibe that I got from this show that I
Yeah.
haven't really felt from a lot of the Marvel Disney era.
Yeah, this was definitely something special and definitely has my
Mm-hmm.
hopes up for hopefully what's to come with Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we don't need Agatha, but hopefully it's good. Rumor is we're supposed to be getting more Scarlet Tits, so
Mm-hmm. We'll see.
hopefully. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see. They actually just announced today that they're going to be back at Hall H for SDCC this year. So that's
Mm.
interesting. We
Might be
might actually
announcing
get
some
some big
shit.
announcements, maybe a redo of their schedule, fix up some shit.
I feel like we haven't gotten an updated one in a while.
Yeah, I think we need an update with everything they've been canceling and pushing back and redoing.
Mm-hmm.
And just give us what we're looking for. Give us some idea of what's going
Stop
on.
fucking giving dates on shit that's like 3 years out, bro. It's like obviously the fans
Yeah,
love to
just
see
say
that, but it's not gonna
2025.
happen. It's
Yeah,
not
like
gonna
just say
fucking happen.
2028. That's all we need to see. I don't care what day, just say 2028.
It's insanity to think that everything is gonna stay the same in a year, in a month. It's like we're talking about multiple years down the line. Like I mean, easiest example is we all know what happened in 2020. It's like 2019. You think that's ever anything that was being expected? Like you got to just I understand being like even 2027, 2028 ish. I'm fine with that. Like, just like, I feel like the order is more important than the due date because then you can kind of figure out when it's coming out based on the order. It's like, okay, if it goes like Fantastic Four, this, that, and the other thing, it's like, all right, one comes out this year. So it's like, maybe at the end of the year, if this comes out at the beginning, like, we don't need we don't need May 15th, 2029 at 8 p.m. Like we don't need that. Like I'm sure I mean I love it, but that's just not how anything works.
Yeah, yeah. We got to expect for delays and everything like that.
Mm-hmm. But even if
Just
it's like
keep
an update
sweet.
like a yearly, I feel like yearly is more than fine. Maybe 2 years out. Like 3 years, come on. Too much. Too much happens in that time period. It's like maybe they decide that we're scrapping something. Maybe if your main actor gets fucking arrested for
I
assault, you gotta change shit.
Yeah, who knows? Um.
Maybe.
Anyways, is it time to lean?
I mean, I'm gonna. I don't know if I could lean for this. I don't know if I could lean in for animated women, especially.
We have before.
I was literally just gonna say. I know I have before.
We have before.
I mean, I guess I'll lean in for Jean Grey, of course. Come on now, she's really the only one that's
Storm?
like
Storm?
true. No, I agree. Storm just made me sad because she was all fucking. She was down bad for a little bit of this show, like not having her
He was.
powers. But when she got them back, her and Jean Grey. The rest of them, I mean, Rogue's a little too old for my taste. Like that's more of a Magneto. He can have that. He can have
Rogue's not
that.
even that old.
She got gray hair, bro.
That's just her look.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So what? She like 30 going out with like the 7-year-old Magneto. I mean, that's about right.
30's generous.
Come on now. Come on now.
Rogue is like 25 in X-Men 97.
Wow. We got Bill Belichick fucking subbing in for Magneto on this one. Holy fuck. That's
Bill Belichick is
crazy.
Magneto.
I mean, the age difference is fucking the same. Christ's sake. Woo! Woo! What the fuck? All
Yeah,
right,
it's
see? That's why when it comes to animated shit, you never know until you know. You never know.
you never know.
Yeah. But I mean, it's hard because there wasn't like the classic comic bust. I mean, Storm definitely had it. She had intangibles everywhere the eye could see. But for someone like Jean, like if you get an actress with personalities or something like that, like that'd be different, bro. I would be a lot more leaned in right now. I would be.
More leaned in.
I mean, y'all saw me the other day. You couldn't even see my facial expression how I was leaned in that one time.
That
Come
one
on
time.
now.
That one time. But
Hmm.
we'll see what happens when they get casted in the live action
Yeah,
MCU.
that's a mandatory cast. I'm gonna need something. Mm-hmm. Oh, I need to be barking. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I need to be barking. Well, that shit's a flop.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Any Hoosers.
Question of the week.
Sir, get up there.
Hold
Of
on
course,
now.
as usual, every week on our Instagram at the Staincast, we get you involved, ask you a question, see what you're thinking. I'm getting the words mixed up this week. I don't know what the fuck's going on. It's the end of the season. We're tired.
No D. And it's the beginning of the summer too, so it's fucking just started, baby.
This
Fuck.
so this week we took to our story and asked you.
I asked you to put the fucking highlights in the goddamn freaking thing.
You didn't ask me shit, motherfucker.
No. I'm asking the people. I want them to do it. Okay. So, damn! Only 3 responses, God damn it! Y'all make me
I know
upset
who's
sometimes.
lost. I know
Y'all make me
who's
upset
lost.
sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all make me upset sometimes with
For
it.
the season finale?
For a question that's a fucking layup too. I mean, I'll talk about my beef. What childhood show would you want remade? Guys, this could literally be fucking anything. It could be
Anything.
fucking anything. It doesn't even have to just come out when you were a child. It's a childhood show. You could watch fucking, I don't fucking know, some show from the 70s, and that shit would be fucking calm. But yeah. So I asked you guys that. And the answers were Mumbrella said the OG Teen Titans. Ooh, that's a good answer. That's
That's
an
a good one.
excellent answer.
That is a good answer.
Not the Teen Titans Go stuff, even though that was pretty good at times. Okay,
Mumbrella with the hot takes yet again.
I am not gonna react to that, but I do agree with you. The Teen Titans one is an excellent take. Excellent. That show
Yes.
is stupid tough.
That show was fire.
Mm-hmm. Our Pete 24, not to be confused with Chet Stable, said the '90s Spider-Man cartoon. We were literally talking about that shit before. Yeah.
There are rumors that that's coming back as well, so we shall see.
Ooh. Stay tuned, Chet. I mean, our Pete 24. And then Danny said, "I want to see the next Avatar cycle."
That's coming. That's already
Yeah,
announced.
I feel like that's Avatar is one of those IPs right now that are just getting run through until there's nothing left of them, unfortunately. So I hope it's good. I mean, I'm not rooting for it to be bad or anything, but like
Yeah,
we've just seen
that's already coming. That's already announced. Like
any TV show that's gotten a movie, like a big budget movie like that, like trust me, you're not going to see any. It's not like they're going to stop making Avatar projects anytime soon.
Yeah,
but I agree. No, but it's some great answers. I mean, we're all around the same age for the people answering it, so I agree. Like we all semi watch the same stuff. Right now, if I haven't watched it, I know of it.
Yep.
What do you got, Hag?
I want to see a continuation of Ben 10 after Omniverse.
Ooh, okay, that's a good one.
Look, all 4 of those series are gas.
Mm-hmm.
The original series, Alien Force, Ultimate Alien, Omniverse, all of them are gas.
Correct.
And if you haven't seen them all the way through, I highly recommend. At the very least, like most of the episodes are fun.
Yeah.
But I
It's
want to
just
see.
consistent. It's just very
It's
consistent, that
very
show.
consistent, and like the world building in that show,
Mm-hmm.
the aliens, the character designs, everything. It's masterful,
Yep.
masterful. Um, but I want to see that Ben 10,000 series. I want to see that
Ooh.
continuation after Ben. Like we leave off and he's 16. I want to see adult Ben. I want to see
Mm-hmm.
20-year-old Ben. I want to get that continuation after Omniverse.
Yeah, there's a lot of material that's kind
Yeah,
of just being left.
see more aliens. See, like, he's got the
Mm-hmm.
completed Omnitrix already. So it's like, what else can we do? What else can we see?
Mm-hmm. That's a great answer. Um, on one hand, I want to say Danny Phantom, but I think it ended in a pretty fucking
Good
bang
spot.
tidy. Yeah, exactly. Because I like the universe. I think that's what it is. Like, more than anything, I enjoyed the universe it was in. So I feel like that would just be a nice, just return to nostalgia, return to childhood kind of thing. I think
So
that.
I'm gonna give a shout out because we both you said Danny Phantom and then I said Ben 10.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the web comic slash motion comic 5 years later, it is a crossover continuation of Ben 10 and Danny Phantom on YouTube. It is really good.
What the fuck?
It's fun. It
Hmm.
was made by the Ink Tank. It's great,
Interesting.
but it's just
That is
funny that we
interesting.
both said that.
Those are just like two. I mean, like they're very. I mean, around the same time period, but it's a very interesting. I'm sure the interaction is very weird. Cause I mean, yeah, sure. Because
It's
like
fun.
it.
I know. I
Yeah.
highly recommend. It's I think up to 10 episodes right now, and there's gonna
Mm,
be I think he said 15 total.
damn. I mean, speaking of crossovers, I mean, I don't know if I'd want them back, but just to reminisce, Jimmy Neutron and Power,
Fairly
whatever
Odd
that shit,
Parents.
Fairly Odd Parents. Like, I
I
think they
have
tried
those
to bring
two.
back Fairly Odd Parents
Did,
recently.
yeah, they did. I have those
Yeah,
two. I have those two or those three crossovers on DVD actually.
that shit was tough.
Jimmy Timmy Power Hours.
Yeah, those were awesome.
I mean, those games that came out around the same time, like Nicktoons Unite and Battle for
Mm-hmm.
Fogato Island and Attack of the Toy
Yeah.
Bots, like those were all goaded too.
Mm-hmm. And there's some shows that, like, as much as I do love them and I enjoyed them so much, like they were just like they were so special because there was no follow up, like a Drake and Josh type beat. Where the reason why I like it so much is because they didn't try to remake it or like I
They
think
didn't do
Zoe 101.
anything
I
with
think
it.
Zoe 101. They tried to make a Zoe 102. I think it might have maybe even come out. I have no clue. I
I
don't
think it's a
really
movie. I think it's a movie that's coming out.
interesting. Yeah, but a lot of those like more like Ned's the Classified School Survival Guide. I think those the reason why
Fantastic.
those are so special is because they knew when to be like, all right, we're done, no fucking more. But they're just a handful of ones like what I've just said. There are still so many ones that are just as deserving to get the love.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Um, that's about it. Thank you for the
Yep.
three people that did answer.
Cowards,
I'll think
cowards.
the rest of you, maybe next
Yeah,
season you'll get your shit
yeah.
together.
Maybe I'll tighten the fuck up. But besides that, I think that means that it's time for us to rank these motherfuckers.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Going with
Awesome.
the rest of our MCU ranking. It's
True.
out of 100. Everybody knows how this works.
True. If you don't, you haven't been watching long enough. Go back.
Go back. I'm gonna give this movie or series an 87.
Hmm.
That puts it about even with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1.
Hmm. Hmm. So I'd probably put it at. You said volume one was
Yes.
where?
Yeah.
Huh. That's what I'd probably put it 82 or 83 because 83 is Guardians 1 and 82 is Cat First Adventures. Like I think a good sandwich in between there makes sense because those are both excellent projects.
That's funny because it's sandwiched between
And the same for you.
Guardians and First Avenger.
Ridiculous. But yeah, no, I think it's a good spot to put it because I don't think it's lower than an 80 because I was looking at 80s and I'm seeing like Moon Knight and I definitely think I'd watch this over Moon Knight just because it's like a whole story being told because Moon Knight has some shortcomings where this show doesn't have those same ones that cripple the show like it does Moon Knight. in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean it's fantastic. It's very rewatchable. I mean, I've watched it even
Yeah.
just a couple of episodes a few times over. Um, but
Yeah.
it's if this is how the X-Men are treated in the live action movies, then I will be happy.
Man, we're in good hands if that's the case. I mean, shit, we'll see what happens. That's definitely something we just gotta wait and see.
Unfortunately, it is.
That's all I
Um,
got for you guys. When it comes to the recommendation of it, I mean, Hags already kind of said it. It's got a lot of rewatchability to it. It's fun for the whole family. Like, it's definitely a not movie night because I know like it's not a movie, but it definitely has the appeal of just all your family being together. It has that retro vibe to it, so I think it appeals to a lot of different age groups. I think younger kids and even nowadays, I think they'll like it just because it looks older. People from the 70s and 80s will like it just because it's it's familiar.
yeah,
It's familiar for a lot of people.
yeah, definitely recommend. Definitely go and watch it. And of
Yeah.
course, as usual, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Music, drop us a follow and leave us a review. When you're done doing all that, go over to our Instagram at the Staincast, where you can follow us, turn on those post notifications, and we will see you guys next season, probably sometime around September, as usual,
Mm.
for season 4 of the Staincast. Thank
Season
you guys.
4.
Thank you guys so much for all the love for season 3. And we will see you guys next time.
Oh fuck!